Good morning, everybody, and we are back. Charts looking a little bit different. We'll sort those out as we figure it out, but we had to rebuild everything, so bear with me for a bit. Anyway, kicking off with Euro USD as we usually do. Now, there's a bit of a head and shoulders, cup and handle situation here, so you can argue that there's a little bit of a shoulder there, or you could say that's the cup and this is the handle, or you could say this is the cup and this is the handle. Nevertheless, this is a potential rounding bottom from a fairly long trend to the downside. So that is normally a change in direction. We do have a crossover here of the moving averages, and that has happened on the 8-hour, and we've had a 1-bar retest, but we do have a solid area of potential resistance where we are right now, and that is 107789. So the minute we start drilling down to the 1-hour, and sorry, the charts obviously still need to download data as well, so some of them will be a little bit slow. And drill down to the hour, you can see what I'm talking about. There was a previous swing high here a couple of days ago. We bounced around, we rejected again, and now we're trying again. So yesterday was big up, big down. I would argue that that is your range at the moment, and it is a week of pretty serious data for the US. So I suspect this thing is going to sort of hover in between the data and then explode one way or another when the data comes out, and then wait for the next set of data. So this week is going to be really difficult to trade the dollar. So for me, I am quietly sitting in my corner. We'll trade the indexes rather. There's a little bit more structure there, but do pay attention to this because there is potential for this to be a rounding bottom and a continuation to the upside. So what you're looking for is break of structure, and this area that we're in here is very strong structure, as I showed you on the 8-hour. So it's going to take a lot to get through it. So I wouldn't want to be jumping in long there anyway. Okay, so we are still on hands on Euro USD until the data is out. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, and you can see clear indication to do exactly the same thing here. Look at this tight range that we're in. When you see a range like that, that is dangerous. And if you look at what's been going on the last couple of days, above and below the moving averages all the time, big swings until Friday, sort of move up into the moving averages, and now we're still in the moving averages. So that there is a clear sit on hands, not even a debate about that. When you're in amongst the moving averages like that and above and below them, stay away from it. It is dangerous. It can go either way. Moving on to the pound, British pound, Japanese yen. Trend is very strong to the upside. No two ways about that. We did get a bit of a pullback this week, which you would be expecting. So we are, let me just get that level in. We did close below that level, so we need to get the next level in. And remember, we always want to have 3 levels in, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. So when you drill down to the hour, you can start fine-tuning them. Now, have a look at between this area where we are now, which is 174,650 and 174,298. Look at all the structure here and look further left here. This is the zone I would be looking to buy in. So there are traders out there that would be already buying in at this level, and they would have stops below here or below this structure here. Okay, kind of a little bit wide for me. It's almost 1,000 points. So I prefer to just look for something a bit better. So for me, London breakout is more than likely what you're going to be looking at. And oh, my Fibonacci is not configured, but let's just see if we can. No, that's not going to work. Sorry. You won't see that. Anyway, I'll sort that out today. But anyway, what you're looking for is the first 8 1-hour bars. So just draw a line on the top, draw a line on the bottom. I'm just going to use this one here, there. So that will give you your range. Break the range to the upside on the 15-minute. You're long. Your stop is just below here, and your target is going to be the height of the range. So if we just use this as what could be our range, do that, then your target is going to be kind of over there. And if you look at the structure there, that makes perfect sense from the move yesterday. And if you move to the downside, that also makes perfect sense to the downside here. So that's kind of the view that I would have with this pair. If you're looking at the hour, you can see we do have a bit of a crossover here on the hour. So this could mean a move to the downside, but that would just mean something down into this area here, which would then trigger a buying opportunity again, just based on the 8-hour charts. Okay, so anyway, so pull back onto structure. You're looking for a second attempt at this high. V reversals are rare. That is a setup of, well, start of a V reversal at the moment, but it is very rare, so I wouldn't bargain on it. Okay, lastly, moving on to Euro, British Pound. Remember, we had this massive break through weekly support. The weekly support was up here, and that was at 0.86689. It dropped back quite significantly 2 weeks ago, and then again this week we are sort of trying to recover. So it could be a situation, there is a bit of divergence here as well, so it could be a recovery, trend reversal moves the upside, or it could just be an attempt to come and retest this breakout, which is probably the more likely situation. So Friday down, Monday massive up, bit of a flag crossover on the oscillators here, lots of data coming out, lots of structure to the left. I'd be a little bit cautious of shorting this at the moment, but I'm also a little bit cautious of going long at the moment, just based on what I see on the hour. So this is just a case of back into structure. Now, if we just look at it on the daily, that is a fairly solid engulfing bar. Could be a flag situation as well. But I think I'm rather sit back and wait for this one. Just give it another day or two before making a decision of what's going on. So if it stays like this on the 15-minute, then what you'd be looking for is a break of this. So London breakout could very well work out on this pair as well. That's your current range right now, really tight. So a drop below could get the short moving again, but I suspect you're going to get a break to the upside, and you're heading to come and test this 86689 area, and that would be the area I'd be looking to short off. Anyway, so Forex for me today is a fairly interesting one. It does look like you've got some London breakout strategy that may play out, but overall I think it's probably worth just leaving it alone and wait for the data, wait for the first set of data, and then we've got the Feds tomorrow, which would be the second catalyst. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.